All right, welcome back. I'm going to start another game here. Okay, this is game number 4. This is on Grauple. Grauple is, let's take the fog of war off for a second. So you start on this middle island here, and basically you have to transport to the outside and build your town center. So Raggz is up in the red. They're playing as the Sicilians. Let's go back to the fog of war. So this is what they can see. You have all these little ponds, these little shore fish. You can build a dock and get the deep fish. But the town centers, typically you want to be on the wood line. If you're on a gold or a pond, it's pretty good. I think you're better off on a pond than you are on the wood line, though. Like, you want to be on both, like, ideally. But there's a lot of hunt. Let's go back to the fog of war. So there's a lot of hunt. There's there's bunnies. There's herdables. There's usually a few boars. Like, there's 3 boars within range of Raggz here. I should have about the same one over here. Well, that one's pretty far. I'm only seeing, like, 1 close, actually. It's kind of a problem. There's 4 in this side. 1, 2... There's 1 here, all the way, one way in the corner, and there's 1 over there. Yeah, so there's access to a few of them, but not that great. And actually, Ice's starting position is really rough. Not on the ponds. They're gonna have to build a mill, probably on this pond over here. There's only 2 here, 2 here, whereas Raggz has a lot more. But Ice did get their town center up a few seconds earlier. That might make a difference. No idle TC from either one, which is nice. Raggz is playing as the Spanish. Spanish, one of the most OP civs in the game, in my opinion. I think just fast castle, conquistadors, castle drop is just so freaking tough. The builders work 30% faster. They get extra gold for each technology they research. Blacksmith upgrades cost no gold. Gunpowder units attack faster. And the conquistadors are just absolutely insane. They also the conquistadors, the elite conquistador just got buffed. And the missionary just got buffed. The missionary can get relics now. It might have been a couple other changes recently. And then Sicilians for Ice. Sicilians are interesting because they can build the dungeons. They build the dungeons faster. They build town centers faster. They start with extra stone. Their farm upgrades give them more food. I don't know if Sicilians are necessarily a particularly good Nomad civ, although I have seen them picked on Nomad fairly often. So we'll see. Farm upgrades, I don't know if farm upgrades are like necessarily the greatest thing. But let's see what Ice plans on doing with the Sicilians. Sicilians are always a weird civ to me. It's like if they dungeon rush, they can get a lot of damage done. If they do anything else, I always feel like they're kind of weak. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like they have the greatest, like, tech tree, I guess. I really don't know why. I just don't see the Sicilians as, like, a particularly good civilization here. But let's see. Sergeants are really tough, really difficult to deal with. And I have seen them picked on Nomad maps, like, fairly often. I like the little dock here to try to make it annoying for their opponent. Also, this, I'm not sure what this, I meant transport ship. I'm not sure what this transport ship's trying to do. I guess distract this villager? I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But I guess it's just a little pesky, annoying thing. I'll be able to do these with the transport ships. I don't know how much it really does, but I guess it's better than doing nothing. Like, you have them, might as well use them, you know? So why not? Why not? Both of them are headed up to... Well, they're actually not headed up to anything. The Dark Age on this is kind of just like building fishing ships and getting a mill up. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. I'm just going to go 2x speed until we get to some action. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be fast castle for both of them. They're on complete opposite sides of the map. Questionable how important water is. There's not that much fish. Like, it kind of looks like there is. There's 1,700 fish. By the time you get to Castle Age, it's like most of the fish is probably gone. And adding like more docks and things like that. isn't always useful. So we'll see how much they play on water. To me, Grapple is much more of a land fight than a water fight, but it is kind of depending on how hard the player wants to fight for it. So we did see Ice fight for water in most of the water maps, adding a second town center and a second dock. And we're getting a defensive donjon, which usually means they're going to get sergeants out, and the sergeants are going to go forward and build more donjons. Typically, that's what the only reason you do that. But I think a donjon does count as your building to go up. I don't know if that's right or not. We'll see. They're building a blacksmith now. I don't play as Sicilians very often. So from experience, I can't really tell you. Neither one is building any ships. Raggz is not in feudal yet, so they might build some, but I got a feeling they won't. Ice is getting fletching to maybe make archers, which is what they're doing. And oh, they sent villagers forward. Okay, all right, let's go regular speed here. So I didn't notice this. This kind of caught me by surprise. So double archer forward with fletching. This is going to be a feudal play. We're not going to see necessarily a fast castle. I guess the donjon is just to go up. Someone tell me in the comments if you're watching this. Now, Ice is fairly well walled. They're actually walled all the way to the back side, and they're walled all the way in the front. And honestly, it's kind of more luck than anything here because Ice could have gone this way instead, and this side's not walled up at all. And there's lots of villagers exposed here. So Raggz is going to have like a moment to sort of react to this, and Raggz is going Castle Age. Ice is pretty far away from Castle. They're going to have to get damage here. I mean, they don't have to, but they want to. And Ice stopped at 6 villagers. I mean, 6 archers. And I think Ice might realize that they might not be able to get a ton of value. Where are these other archers? There's 6 of them. There's 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So Ice was kind of like scouting everywhere to see if they could get any value. Unfortunately, it's completely walled up on their side. They are going to move over here. There's a wood line for Raggz that Ice might be able to get a little bit of damage on. And this tower's going to protect. And yeah, Raggz is definitely going the fast castle conquistador route. Which is, listen, I hate it. I think it's overpowered. I think it's a cheesy way to play the game, if I'm being honest. I just think it's overpowered. But I'm also might just be bad at dealing with it. Let's see how Ice deals with it. And Castle Age is in. Raggz is about 100 stone away. They probably have 100 stone almost. Yeah, they're floating 60 stone on these villagers. So they're going to get a castle up. Let's see where they put it. They might want to put it like here to protect this gold. They're going to put it here, which will protect that gold. Donjon going up. That donjon's not going to get finished, I don't think. Only 1 villager building it. And they do build faster, so I mean, it's possible. It's at 60%. But Spanish build faster, and there's a lot more villagers here. Yeah, the castle's definitely going to go up. That donjon's just going to get wasted. It's going to get wasted. Alright, so we have castle. We're going to see some conquistadors coming out, I would imagine. And neither one fighting on water. 1 fire ship would probably be good at this point, just to kill the opponent's fish. But neither one invested too heavy. Only 2 fishing ships from Ice, actually. Did he have more earlier? Is that all he... I mean, that's all he built. Because he wanted to do these forward ranges. And I don't know where these archers are going. These archers are going back to Ice's base, but he's not being attacked or anything. Got a couple on stand ground over here. I think he's putting them there because he wants to deal with the conquistadors. Yeah, conquistadors are the worst. They're just the worst. I hate them. I hate them because I ain't them. But the conks are moving forward. These archers move back here. Ice is not fully walled, so this could be a problem. They need another wall here. They need another wall here. They could get up another donjon, in theory. But it looks like, I'm not sure what Ice is doing right now. And the conquistadors are actually going around getting a bunch of herdables, a bunch of cows. But the conquistadors are going to run right through here, and they can probably get to these villagers. There's two donjons protecting like the main eco. And Ice is going to try to start walling up a little bit. Bit of a panic wall. I mean, they know the conks are coming. But let's see how much damage the conks can actually get done with the donjons there. They found this villager, killed one villager. That's just why they're so tough. Like, you just get a small group. There's only 4 here. I think only 2 or 3 shot. And it's like they just one-shot a villager. Oh, and there's a hole up here for Ice. Ice probably didn't know that. And that's another villager down. So 2 villagers dead. Ice is up to castle age. Really curious what Ice is going to make. Like, are they going to stick with archers? Are they going to... Skirmishers are technically the counter for conquistadors. But you need a lot of them. Mangonels, monks can do decent. Conquistadors are causing some chaos. And they killed 3 villagers. Raggz is up exactly 3 villagers. Both have a decent amount of idle TC time, actually. And just more conks just flooding in. And we're getting like a defense. So the archery ranges forward for Ice are... The problem is you need to mass up on defense, right? And Ice is pushed off the stone too, so they're stuck at 300 stone. 36 villagers. They're moving some villagers out to the side to get a side town center. And then this is what we've seen, and I think Ice might be picking up on this a little bit, that Raggz really goes like hard all in 1 TC type of stuff. These conks find that town center. That's gonna be a problem for Ice. But Raggz really putting on the pressure. And they're going directly to it. That's going to be a huge find. Let's see how fast this reaction is. 1 Vil down. Town center got up, though. So actually, like, timing-wise, that could have been a lot worse. That definitely could have been denied. If that was just, like, 10 seconds earlier, and that's denied. And we have skirmishers, and with the armor, with Bodkin. For Ice here. So Ice is going to try to defend this with skirmishers. I mean, Raggz is floating 600 stone. I think they're gonna go this. So this is like typically, this is like why I hate Spanish, right? So they make a castle on defense. They get conquistadors out to kind of get Vil kills and control the map. Then they go forward with villagers and they drop a castle on your face. And that's exactly. It's like it's just the absolute best way to play the Spanish. It's one of the hardest things to stop. Like I said, I can't stop it. I don't think I've ever beaten the Spanish like from a decent player. And especially on Nomad. Like it works on any map, like even on Arena. Maybe it would be a little trickier on like Arabia, like a real open map like that. But KD actually is not like terrible for Ice. Like it looks like Ice is kind of in a bad position here, but they're gonna be on 2 town centers versus 1. And honestly, a little bit of value for these leftover archers over here too for Ice. And I don't think Raggz is even noticing that. And here's the forward castle coming in. The only thing is, I don't know if he has 12 conquistadors, but they're kind of all over the map. And castle starts going up. Now castle's gonna range that town center. It's gonna almost range that gold. But does Raggz have any? Yeah, Raggz does not. Has no upgrades. No archer upgrades. And Raggz still down on villagers because of the 1 TC. I mean, Raggz could have added a second TC. Let me tell you, if Raggz decides ever to like add second TCs and get their economy good behind their attacks, like they're gonna be like shoot up the leaderboard. Let me tell you. And Ice trying to run some Veils to build a TC, but there's a couple of conks waiting for him. Veils down here as well. Oh, this is looking really bad for Ice right now. And there's just not enough skirmishers to deal with this. The villagers are just running around. Ice is trying to run these villagers. Cannot run these villagers anywhere. This town center's gonna go up, though. Raggz got a little greedy trying to kill these villagers over here instead of focusing on the ones building the TC. And now these villagers that were, like, waiting. Honestly, pretty good micro from Ice here. Like, Ice really controlled that situation pretty well. And Ice's skirmishers with all their upgrades are actually doing really, really well against the conks. Like, skirmishers are the answer to conks, but you just can't have skirmishers everywhere. And, like, you have TCs being garrisoned. The only thing that makes me think, in another castle drop coming. The only thing that makes me think that, like, Ice has a chance here, honestly, is just because of his town centers. Like, yeah, you're going to lose this one, you're going to lose this one, but, like, for now, you can keep them working. Probably need to get a castle of your own at some point. Another castle up, and it is so... This just gives me nightmares, dude. I've watched this so many times. Ice down to 38 villagers. 36, 43 for Raggz. The only thing is this Raggz is just so committed to not adding any eco ever. And this is what I was talking about with Ice. Ice made one fire galley and killed some fish over here. Actually only has 1 kill, so it just needs to, like, find the rest of the fishing. Only has 2 fishing ships themselves. But, like, fishing isn't that important. Castle going up for Ice. Like, on this map, you'd think fishing would be more important than it is, but it's just actually not that important. This castle, it protects a lot of the food, a lot of the wood, and you can get more stone over here. This gold is still pretty exposed. But if Raggz just had, like, 1 more town center making villagers, though, they could be thinking... Honestly, not even 1 town center making villagers, just, like, enough farms to keep your villager production going. Raggz is at 44 vills. Ice is at 38. And the thing is, when someone builds this many castles on you, like, typically their eco is not going to be very good. We already have some knights coming out from Raggz. So knights will clear up the skirmishers pretty well. I don't know if they know where to put the castle. So they didn't know this castle was here until just now. Yeah, they wanted to get that castle getting close. I don't know if that ranges the town center, actually. And knight taking castle fire, I mean, that's not ideal. I think this castle might get denied, actually. Yeah. For now, at least, it's getting denied. And there's just too many skirmishers. 14 skirmishers on the field. Not enough knights. 4 knights in queue. And there's 7 conchs on there. Conchs taking out some fishing ships. That's actually kind of big. I mean, fishing ships, like, at this point, don't really matter that much, but it's still kind of big. And another castle coming up for ice here. Another town center. Dude, ice kind of gaming here. Let's see. What's the chance that Raggz has any farms? No farms. Where's Raggz even getting food from? So they're still on the shorefish here. Like at this stage of the game, like that's fine, but I think you want to start adding farms. This castle's gonna actually finally go up. I'm not sure if it ranges that town center though. Imperial Age coming in for ice, and I think ice is gonna get to imp long before Raggz. Like ice actually has a decent economy. Is there a way ice wins this? I mean, at this point I would say ice has the advantage. I think ice is actually at the advantage here, which is crazy at how much pressure Raggz put. Raggz just didn't have any economy behind this. They added another town center just now.
See?
But I mean, they're still taking boars. They're still taking shorefish. Like it's not like the most effective income when your opponent is in imp here. I'm going to pause this at 45 minutes exactly, because I have to actually hop off for a bit. I'm going to catch this back up. You probably won't notice as a viewer if you're watching on YouTube, but I notice.